Please make sure lines are straight and turn off the cell phones. استووا واعتذروا يرحمكم الله. ठीक है वो बंदा ठीक है. Allahu Akbar. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. اللهم آمين. اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام. حينا ربنا بالسلام وإليك يرجع السلام. بارك ربنا وتعاليت يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Please don't make intention for the sunnah. You can pray later after janazah. Jazakallah. はい。 Please make a line. There is no ruku or sajda, so you can just make a straight line. You can squeeze in, just make a straight line. Please make a line straight and have a seat. Please make a line straight and take a seat. Family members, please proceed forward. You can stand there, or you want to stand? Yeah, please. Yeah, please come here.
Guys, listen up. We are getting ready for the janazah prayer. Okay, we're not going to be doing the prayer yet. We have to do the speeches, the remarks. So please, if you can, get back in the formation like you're doing the prayer. Back up. Take like 4 steps back. Everyone from the back, start taking 4 steps back. So this way we have enough room in the front. Please, we have it organized. Let's continue to keep it organized. Step the rows in the back, 4 steps back. You don't have to follow the line on the floor because we're not doing the sajda, but we have to keep the formality, all right? Formation. So please take 4 steps back so this way everyone can follow the right path. Yeah. And once you do that, please sit down. Once you do that, please sit down. We have plenty of room in the back, so please take those steps back so we have enough room for everyone. Thank you.
Good afternoon. To begin, I'd like to introduce our first speaker. It's the Mayor of the City of New York, the Honorable Eric Adams.
Today, I join so many of my friends that I've known for so many years here in this community. I can remember like it was yesterday when Hassan first brought me to Coney Island Avenue. and I met with the men and women of this community. From my days as a state senator to my days as the borough president. You have been my brothers and my sisters, and we stood side by side together so many times. If it was a horrific earthquake in Pakistan, if it was a terrorist attack in Lahore, if it was to just celebrate and stand with each other. I also remember in 2001, I watched this community decimated. I watched many families leave and return to Pakistan. I watched stores close and young people were swept up, never to be seen again. And out of all of that pain, out of all of that uncertainty, many of you stayed and you rebuilt. And instead of turning those painful moments into hate, you turned those moments into purpose. And you encouraged the young men of this community to join the police department and to become a symbol of what is great about this country. You encourage them to organize and recruit and bring about public safety to your community. You began to start the process of watering the tree of freedom that all of us as New Yorkers and Americans sit under from the shades of the hot rays of hate. That is the life we are celebrating today. Officer Adeed Fayaz is representative of that. He stayed. He raised his right hand. He swore to take an oath to serve and protect. He became the symbol of what's great about this country. Today we celebrate his life. We celebrate the fortitude and courage that the Muslim officers throughout this entire city have joined all the other officers from different walks of life, different ethnicities, and different backgrounds to state we will live in harmony and rid our streets of the terror and the fear that so many have to endure. We lost a brother officer to a senseless act of violence, something that we believe we are obligated to place ourselves in harm's way to prevent families from enduring such pain. And to the family, our hearts are broken, but our arms are strong. We will hold you and lift you up and show you that your son, your husband, did not die in vain. We are in pain. And just as many years ago we had to turn pain into purpose, we're at that moment again. Adeed leaves behind a family. Not only was he a police officer, but he was a dad. When the police commissioner and I walked into the hospital and we saw those two beautiful children, it struck us and it hurts so much. And then to listen to the painful cries of his wife and all that pain, something that has become too familiar to those of us who respond to the hate we've witnessed. My heart goes out to Madiha Sabil. We continue to pray and lift you up. And to Adeed's two beautiful children, 4-year-old son, Ryan, and 3-year-old Zion. Children. There is no story we can give to the loss of a dad. There's no word in our vocabulary that we associate what happens when children lose their parents in this magnitude. It is painful. And I ask all of you who are here today, those who adorn the blue uniform and wear the shields on their chests, those who come to this mosque and pray, those who are listening to our words, we will never surrender our city to hate and violence. Together we will stand and use this painful moment as a purposeful moment. We've done it so many times in the past. I know this community. I know how much you believe in public safety, how much you believe in family, how much you believe in faith. This is the moment we must lean on that faith and ensure that our brother did not lose his life in vain. May God be with you. May God be with the family. And may God be with the city of New York. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Adams. I'd now like to invite up the Police Commissioner of the City of New York, the Honorable Keyshawn Sewell.
Assalamu alaikum. May peace be upon you. Imam Alama Maqsood Ahmad Qadri, Mayor Adams, members of the clergy, Madea, Ryan, Zion, Rifat, Sadagat, Sanam, Walid, extended family and loved ones, members of the 6-6 precinct, members of the NYPD, law enforcement across this country, our communities, and every person from our city and across this nation grieving with us today. On behalf of the entire NYPD, I extend our profound condolences. There will always be those among us willing to take care of others. Those who take on the responsibility, the job, the challenge of guardianship. Though it is not the objective, there are at times rewards. But as we see here today, far too often, the risks of danger and sacrifice. These caretakers are givers, mentors, teachers, protectors, and Police Officer Adeed Fayaz. At this time of incomprehensible loss, we are reminded how truly precious our guardians are. We recognize the immeasurable importance of a husband, son, brother, nephew, police officer, and father. All of these were horrifically stolen from this family and this city. Born in Pakistan, Adeed Fayaz came to this country at the age of 5, came to the decision to be a police officer in middle school, came to be a father for the first time over 4 years ago. Ryan and Zion were his greatest joys and achievement. Raising 2 sons with Madea, serving in a position he loved in the 6-6 precinct and building a career, he was pouring the foundation of a life well lived, making proud, honoring, and taking care of the family he cherished above all. They will forever miss their caretaker, and his almost 52,000 member police family will forever miss their brother. His colleagues will tell you his enthusiasm was legendary. His generosity was limitless, that he'd give you the shirt off his back or lend you the extra pants he always kept in his locker. They will tell you he learned and studied with passion, and he was well on his way to make sergeant. Officer Fayaz would tell you that he aspired to join aviation, to one day lead his own command, to continue to serve, to shape the next generation of protectors, to be, as the Quran and Hadith teaches, that the greatest moral virtues are that of kindness to people and other living creatures, charity, honesty, patience, forgiveness, justice, respect, and restraint. In the face of the senselessness of this loss, we need the reminder of that list of grace. We cannot allow anger or grief to eternally paralyze us, darken our hearts, test our resolve, or break our will to hold those to account for malice in this city. His heartbreaking death is another clarion call to those who are the vanguard for the vulnerable. This was a reprehensible taking of a police officer, the violent robbery of a father from his family. This city needs its good fathers. His sons needed theirs. Ryan and Zion, your father could tell you in any of the 5 languages he spoke to enjoin what is right and forbid what is wrong, to live courageously and shun those who seek to do harm, to those who choose crime over community, those who would take a man like Adeed away from us. My dear Fayaz family, the NYPD will be with you and tell you today and every day that Police Officer Adeed Fayaz served this department and this city with bravery and compassion, and with everything he learned from his own father, his mother, uncles, siblings, and family. We pray you find peace and solace in knowing that the NYPD will always be here to support you, and we will continue to serve as the caretaker he did, honorably and faithfully in the city he loved. To its great loss, New York has lost one of its protectors. But Ryan and Zion now have thousands more fathers. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Commissioner Sewell. I'd now like to invite up to speak the Consul General of Pakistan, Aisha Ali.
Just hold it.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mayor Eric Adams, Commissioner Sewell, family of Adeed Fayaz, friends, city officials, and officers of NYPD, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It is with a very heavy heart that we gather here today to pay our respects to a fallen hero, a brave officer in blue, a son, a father, and a family man, Adeed Fayaz, who has left us too soon. We mourn the loss of Adeed, who was not only a proud member of the New York Police Department, but also a person of Pakistani descent, and an example of how New York City is served by people of all races, colors, religions, and ethnic backgrounds. His bravery and his commitment to serving others will remain an inspiration to all of us, and especially to members of Pakistani American community. Officer Fayaz, a dedicated and passionate public servant, will always be remembered for his service here in the US while maintaining an unwavering love for Pakistan. He was known to tirelessly and selflessly serve the Pakistani American community whenever and in whichever way it was needed. His professionalism, steadfastness to keep the streets safe, and improve the lives of all those around him knew no match. He will be deeply missed by all, especially all of you who had the privilege of knowing him. Brothers and sisters, this tragedy is a reminder of the sacrifices made by law enforcement officers every day, whether on duty or off duty. We will forever be grateful for Adeed's service and remember the positive impact that he made to the community. We also hope that the perpetrator of the heinous crime which led to his death will be brought to justice at the soonest. I am extremely reassured by the very comforting words of the mayor and the commissioner, and the solidarity shown by each and every member of the NYPD community. I thank you for that. In our religion, we say that to Allah we belong, and to Allah we return. Adeed's death is a martyrdom. He is a shaheed. He is a martyr. And the blessings of the martyr and the sacrifices of the martyrs never go in vain. On behalf of the people and government of Pakistan and the Pakistani American community, I offer again our deepest condolences to Adeed Fayaz's family, friends, and his fellow officers. May he rest in peace, and may his legacy live on forever. Ameen. Thank you.
Thank you, Counsel General Ali. I'd now like to invite up Adeed's commanding officer, Deputy Inspector Jason Hagestad.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to thank Mayor Adams, Police Commissioner Soul, brothers and sisters in blue, and also the family and friends and loved ones of Adeed. I also want to thank the members of the 75th Precinct who handled the tragic scene with dignity and grace. I also want to thank the 75th Precinct Detective Squad for their relentless investigation, as well as Warren's Regional Fugitive Task Force and the marshals for the quick apprehension of the perpetrator. The 6-6 family, as well as the entire department, are forever grateful. It is an honor and a privilege here to be today to pay tribute to a wonderful human being. Adeed was a devoted son to Rifat and Sadagat, brother to Walid and Sanam, husband to Madiha, loving father to Ryan and Zion, and friend, co-worker, and brother to all of you. Adeed took all these roles to his heart, especially being a family man. Adeed moved his family from Queens to Deer Park, Long Island, to give his family a bigger house to raise his 2 beautiful children, no matter how long the commute would be to work. Adeed was in the process of co-signing a new home for her sister Sanam, so that she could realize her dream as well. Adeed was always the happiest when he was talking about his children, Ryan and Zion. I recently learned how every time Adeed would come home from work, that his son Zion would always start to punch him. His way of showing how happy he was that Adeed was home, prompting the "we'll have to eventually get in boxing lessons" conversation, much to the chagrin of Medea. Adeed would take days off for work to attend his children's school to help coordinate and run holiday parties, which made him extremely proud and showed his devotion as a parent and as a father. Now, as far as what I can personally attest to in regards to Adeed, he always had a positive attitude. He was always smiling, and he was always confident. He was the go-to guy for any questions on patrol. Not only did he have the answers, but he was more than happy to give it. Adeed was also the go-to guy for questions leading up to the recent sergeant's exam, where Adeed attained his raw score of 83. A few months back, Adeed and his partner at the day, Police Officer Singh, they were in a very disturbing vehicle accident, responded to a 1085. I've never seen anybody return to full duty as fast as Adeed did. When he eventually made his way back to the command after getting discharged from the hospital, he kept telling me how fast he'll be back full duty, and I told him, "Relax, guy, you're prancing around the station house in hospital socks right now." My supervisors always raved about Adeed. He never complained. always accepted his assignments with the utmost professionalism. And it's because of all those things that I just spoke about that I rewarded Adeed in December with a Commander's Day for the calendar year 2022. It's never easy saying goodbye, and we definitely don't want to say goodbye. But we need to remember how Adeed touched the lives of so many people, including all of you. Adeed will continue to live on in the hearts and minds and actions of us all. Adeed left behind a remarkable legacy. It's not Adeed losing his life that made him a hero. It's how he lived his life. And I just described all that to all of you. Adeed, we love you. And to the family, you have acquired the biggest family in the world. God bless Adeed, and God bless all of you.
Thank you, Inspector Hagestad. I'd now like to invite up the president of the Police Benevolent Association, Patrick Lynch. Imam, family, colleagues, friends, neighbors. Since this past Saturday night at Brookdale Hospital, we unfortunately got used to the sound of cries, of wails. We got used to the sight of men and women crying and sobbing. In the hallway of those hospitals, when we realized how serious it was, the tears were close to our cheeks. When we stood in the streets in front of that hospital, neighbors were coming and they were crying in sorrow for us. And we don't cry for ourselves. We cry for the loss that we see of a hero police officer, of a future, of someone coming here trying to live the American dream. Where evil visited this family that day, when someone wanted to take what was not theirs, was trying to climb and build with something that wasn't theirs, they took a life of a police officer who wanted to go high, climb high, fly high, and do it the hard way, work for it. What's better for their family? What's better for your family? We don't cry for ourselves. We cry for the loss of one more police officer who would stand in the line in the street and hold the fabric of society together so we can love who we like, worship where we will, say what we believe, go where we want in safety and freedom because of a police officer like the one we lost. Thousands of police officers are standing in this street patch to patch. I believe the Almighty goes before us. But know this, that the Almighty goes before us. We're all right behind you. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you, Pat. It's now my honor to bring up Adeed's uncle, Adnan Pasha.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I really thank you for coming, giving us all loves and sports of this tragic moment that we had. It's really unbelievable. I just cannot describe with my heavy heart how much love, how much support we have gotten since this tragedy had happened. Adeed was a star of our family. He has always admired NYPD uniform since he had seen his two uncles wearing them every day, going to the work, coming home late, doing whatever they had to do to make their life and their family life easy and work hard responsibly. So he did the same. He always looked at me and he said, "Uncle, I don't know how you do this. Sometimes it takes 18 hours, 19 hours to get back home." He had two children, and he did the same. Sometimes he had come late. Children are waiting for him. As they were waiting, he has not shown up because there was need for the city of this police department to work someplace, or he had an arrest. He had to do some overtime. And by the time he had gotten home, his children who were waiting for him to come on time that they expect him to be, he's not there. By the time he got home, they are sleeping. By the time they got up in the morning, they look at his bed, they asked again to their mom, "Mom, has he had got home?" And mom replied, "Yes. Son, he was home while you were sleeping. By the time you waked up, he has gone again because he has to go and do the leftover paperwork he had to do." This is how hard he worked, how seriously he took his responsibility as a police officer. As his dad always mentioned, he worked hard to grow up Adeed in the United States, and he disciplined him really well. When he come home, he said sometime Adeed came home late because he had overtime, and I see he's tired, he's sleepless, but he's still up. When he asked him, "Son, why you are not sleeping?" he said, "Dad, I'm going to take sergeant test that is coming up. I'm still up because I had to study." So he studied hard. He got well marked. Not knowing that we work hard, we study hard, but what tomorrow will hold for us. At this moment, I will take this opportunity to thank you, all the New York City police officers, for doing the same, protecting our city, all the city officials, the mayor, the police commissioner, and each and every one of you who had showed us the great sport at the hospital and here today. And we really appreciate you. And I cannot say much about Adeed because I think everybody has discussed him a lot, and they said a lot about him. As much as I want to say it, they said it already. I will thank you again for coming here, and thank you very much.
And thank you, Mr. Pasha. I'd now like to invite up another one of Adeed's uncles, Adeed Fayaz.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, and Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I don't know what to tell you about my nephew. I don't know how to start. First, I have decided I'm not going to speak about Adeed at all, but then I say I have to say a couple of words. Adeed was more like a son to me than a nephew. We went to sergeant class together. People used to tease me, "You're not studying hard enough. Your nephew's going to be a sergeant one day." And he was going to be, because I had failed that test. And my son had passed that. He wanted to be in police department so bad that he took tests so early that they actually called for his name for academy class. But my son couldn't get in academy class because he wasn't even old enough at that time. That's how much he loved this city, and I know he's happy today. I'm not gonna cry. I have cried enough. This is what he loved doing every day. Adeed was a fighter, and he fought till the end. My son had an interview today with the aviation, I remember I saw him a day before. If I had not seen him for a month, he would kept calling me and harassing me. Uncle, how come you have not come to our house yet? So I went to his house, had dinner with him, and he told me he was very happy. He said, Uncle, you know I have an interview with the aviation Thursday, so I'm trying to lose weight. I have lost 10 pounds already. But who had knew the day he had interview is the same day I'd be standing here doing his funeral with you all. Adeed, Adeed, beta, you know how much I love you. I called you my son. I love you, and I know you are Shaheed, and Shaheed lives forever, and you're going to be with me forever. Where you have left off this job, me and your other uncle will continue with thousands of other people. We will go out there, just like everybody else said. When everybody's running opposite side, we are running towards the danger. And that's what I promise you today I will do. I'll do my best to make this city safer. Maybe I did not work as hard before, but I promise you, your uncle will make you proud. Your uncle will, inshallah, will make you proud the way you always made me proud. And I know, with my brother in blue, he's watching us and he's happy. Look at all this. If he wasn't here, if he wasn't a part of NYPD, how many people we would have here? Look at this. We have mayor, we have commissioner, we have chiefs here, we have people from Pakistan, we have people from other countries here to pay respect to Adeed. So I'm not going to cry for my nephew anymore. I'm just going to hold on his legacy and try to be Adeed. You know, usually people say, I want to be like my uncle. I might be the first uncle that's going to say, I want to be like my nephew Adeed. That's how good my nephew was. And I thank everybody for being here and helping us get through this. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Mayor. And thank you, Consul General. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Mr. Fayaz. I'd now like to invite up Adeed's aunt, Farah Naz.
Good afternoon and assalamu alaikum. Respected Mayor, respected Police Commissioner, and my family in blue. Firstly, I would like to thank you all for being here in our family's support today, as well as the last 4 days. Respected Mayor, it would not be wrong for me to say that today I stand with all the members of my blue blood families. My request to you is to make the city as easy to live as was a few years back. We urge you to make New York as the greatest and lovable city once again. For the nation, I would request to consider all lives matter. A life in blue matters for us, the families, wives, and their children. We send our loved one in blue uniforms to protect you. Please, please show them gratitude. My nephew was like my son. For him, I would say, he was very responsible, always fit for duty, a loving and caring son, husband, and an incredible father for Rian and Zian. He was self-made, and he never sought help from anyone to get where he was now. From behalf of my family and myself, Adeed, you should know that we love you and you'll always be missed. Our nights and days will not be the same as before without you, but thank you for gaining so much respect and love for us from everyone. Thank you for giving us opportunity to be called out as a Shaheed's family. Today you will meet your Dada Apu. Let him know that we are lost without him and we miss you. Last but not the least, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving our son Darja of a Shaheed. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us strength and sabr. As Allah says in Quran, and I quote, "Inna ma'as sabirin," I'm with those who do sabr. Thank you, Allah. Thank you all. Thank you for being here. Allah.
Thank you, Ms. Naz. I'd now like to introduce Adeed's father, Adeed Fayaz.
Hold his hand.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मैं आप सब का शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ कि जो मेरे बेटे को आप सब लोगों ने इज़्ज़त बख्शी है। और
I would like to thank everyone for all the respect you're giving to my son.
मैं उन सब NYPD पूरी का शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ जिन्होंने मेरे बेटे के साथ इतना खड़े रहे, मेरे घर तक फूड पहुँचाया, लोगों को खाना खिलाया इधर हॉस्पिटल में। उन सब का मैं शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ।
I would like to thank each and every one of you and the people who've been feeding my family for the last few days and the people who've been feeding in the masjid.
मेरा बेटा आज इस दुनिया में नहीं रहा, अल्लाह ताला के पास चला गया है।
My son is not here today. He is with Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
आज जब मैं ये काम कर रहा हूँ, बेटे को कंधा दे रहा हूँ, ये बेटे करते हैं बाप के लिए जो मैं काम कर रहा हूँ बेटे के लिए।
Normally, in our religion, the son gives the shoulder to father. But I'm doing opposite. I'm giving my shoulder to my son.
और मैं यूनाइटेड स्टेट और अल्लाह पाक हयात रखे।
Long live USA, or Allah Ta'ala and God keep the United States live forever.
और मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि मेरी तरह किसी माँ बाप का बेटा यहाँ से ना जाए, मेरे बोलने से ये बात यहाँ पर रुक जाए।
I don't want to see any other parents losing their son, daughter, kids. I want this to be stopped with my son here.
मैं ये अपील करता हूँ कि ये गन का सिस्टम रोका जाए। अमेरिका सारी दुनिया को कंट्रोल करता है तो गन को क्यों नहीं कर सकता?
I want to request that we have to stop this gun violence. The United States of America is great in everywhere, and they can stop this too.
मैं आप सबका दिल से शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ और मैं आपका एहसान भूल नहीं सकता जो आपने मुझे इज्जत बख्शी है और मेरे बेटे को।
I will never forget the respect I received from each and every one of you. I will remember that forever.
अदीद मेरा बेटा ये जब छोटा सा था बात करने लगा तो जो फैमिली मेंबर थे उन्होंने बोला था कि ये बेटा हमें दे दो या हमारे घर में आना चाहिए ऐसा बेटा।
When Adeed born, all my family members, friends, they said, give us this kid. We want the kid like this. Everyone was so happy.
ये मेरा बेटा मेरे पूरे घर का काम करता और दुनिया फैमिली को भी इसने खुश रखा हुआ था।
My son, he was the household of the family. He was controlling my house, and he was doing everything for everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
और मैं अपील करता हूँ सबको मेरे बेटे के लिए दुआ करें कि अल्लाह पाक जन्नत फरदौस में मेरे बेटे को शहीद कर अता फरमाए।
I'm requesting each and every one of you, please pray for my son, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him highest place in Jannatul Firdaus. Ameen.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Thank you, sir. Now to give our final words, I'm going to invite up the Imam of Maki Mosque, Osama Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First of all, I'd like to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for gathering us all here. We hope in future we will gather here with no tears. And this tear should not weaken us. This tear should make us more strong. Adeed Fayaz, I don't know how many times he prayed behind me. Today he's not here, but those pictures, those remembrances will always be there. And everyone who have spoken here, until now, everyone has mentioned that he was a positive person. He was a man with smile. When my father passed away, I was standing by the casket, and a man whispered on my ear that, Qari Sahab, remember, this is a wound that you live forever. There is no cure for this. And that sentence, that whispering really gave me that relief. And I would say the same thing to the family. The spot, the space he have left, the empty chair, no one ever can fulfill that. The husband for the wife, and the father for these little children. I saw them yesterday with a lollipop. They still don't know. But one day they will grow up. Someone will come, some other students will be picked up by their parents. The father will be running towards their little son, and the son will be running towards the father, giving a hug and kissing them, seeing them after all day. Probably these children also think, where is my father? And when they will learn that how my father's life was ended, that will make them more strong. That will probably make them, since they have more officers in the family, so it's already seeded in the family to be great police officers. Great police officer always means the person with responsibility, a person of commitment. So the way he ended his life, it shows that until the last breath, he was committed. He fulfilled his oath. And next, Huzur Pak sallallahu alayhi salatu wasalam mentions, Rasulullah, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi salatu wasalam mentions, that man qutila duna malihi fahuwa shaheedun. A man who dies defending his wealth, he's a shaheed. He's a martyr. Man qutila duna damihi fahuwa shaheedun. A man who is dying defending himself is a shaheed. Man qutila duna dinihi fahuwa shaheedun. A man who is dying defending his religion is shaheed. He's a martyr. Man qutila duna ahlihi fahuwa shaheedun. A man who is dying defending his family is a shaheed. Allah Ta'ala, Almighty Lord, mentioned in the Quran, وَلَا تَقُولُوا لِمَنْ يُقْتَلُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أَمْوَاتٍ. The shaheed, do not call them they have died. They are still alive. They are alive between us. And Rasulullah mentions, what is the reward of shaheed? Allah Ta'ala forgives them before the drop of blood touches the ground. And when Allah Ta'ala forgives them, they start seeing what Allah Ta'ala have u'iddat lil muttaqeen, what Allah Ta'ala have prepared for them hereafter. And we pray to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, to Almighty God, to forgive him and elevate his status in hereafter. At the end, he did not only left us the amazing gift, mashallah, today on Coney Island, Azan was given live. So I would like to request that it should begin from today and never stop. And when the section will be written, the name of that section will be the section Adeed Fayaz. And we will remember, every time we listen to Azan outside, remember the officer and make dua for him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give sabr. Inna Allaha ma'a sabirin. A person who has patience, Allah is with them. Allah is with him and with her. May Allah ta'ala subhanahu wa ta'ala give the family, give the friends and all his friends and all the partners sabr and jameel. And I would like to thank everyone, Honorable Mayor, family member, the police commissioner, and all other officers for coming here and giving the Makki Masjid the opportunity to host this amazing event. As I said, we will meet again, but with no tears in our eyes. Jazakallah khair wa ahsan al-jaza. I will finish with, someone said, live your life such that the way you were born, everyone was smiling and you were crying. And live such a way that the day you leave, everyone should be crying and you're smiling. And I see that Brother Adeed Fayaz is smiling and we're crying. May Allah Ta'ala elevate his status. Ameen. And right now, the niyat for janazah, the prayer, the intention and the tariqah, the how to do it. We're making intention for four takbir farz kifaya behind this imam, facing qibla, Allahu Akbar. There is 4 takbir. After first takbir, there will be sana, subhanaka Allahumma bihamdika, wa tabarak ismuka, wa ta'ala jadduka, وجل ثناؤك ولا إله غيرك. After the second takbir, Durood Sharif, the one who recite in namaz, Durood Ibrahim, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, Allahumma barik ala Muhammad. After the third takbir, we'll recite the special dua for janazah. اللهم اغفر لحينا وميتنا وشاهدنا وغائبنا وصغيرنا وكبيرنا وذكرنا وأنثانا اللهم من أحييته منا فأحيه على الإسلام ومن توفيته منا فتوفه على الإيمان. After the fourth takbir there will be salam. After salam there is short dua. Now we'll hand out the mic to the imam requested by the family.
Make your line straight, please. Where's the father? Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Everybody recite one time Surah Al-Fatiha, 3 times Surah Ikhlas, then we'll make the dua inshallah. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين اللهم لك الحمد أنت ملك السماوات والأرض ومن فيهن اللهم لك الحمد أنت قيوم السماوات والأرض ومن فيهن اللهم لك الحمد أنت نور السماوات والأرض ومن فيهن اللهم لك الحمد أنت الحق وبعدك الحق ولقاؤك حق والجنة حق والنار حق والنبيون حق ومحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم حق اللهم لك أسلمنا وبك آمنا وإليك نبنا وبك خاصمنا اللهم اغفر لنا ما قدمنا وما أخرنا وما أسررنا وما أعلنا وما أنت به أعلم منا أنت المقدم وأنت المؤخر لا حول ولا قوة إلا بك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم اغفر لحينا وميتنا وشاهدنا وغائبنا وصغيرنا وكبيرنا وذكرنا وأنثانا اللهم من أحييته منا فأحيه على الإسلام ومن توفيته منا فتوفه على الإيمان اللهم لا تدع لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا دينا إلا قضيته ولا مريضا إلا شفيته ولا ميتا إلا رحمته ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة إلا قضيتها يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اغفر له وارحمه وعافي واعف عنه وأكرم نزله وأوسع مدخله. اللهم اغسله بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقه من الذنوب والخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس. O Allah, most kind, merciful Lord, we are here today asking you to grant the forgiveness to Adeed Fayaz, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, he died to defend his property, his wealth, his life. Ya Allah, we believe he is a shaheed. Give him the daraja, the rank of shaheed, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, keep his legacy here forever, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, as a human being, if he had made any mistakes, we are asking you, grant him forgiveness, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. All the family members, those who are here, they are going through a lot of pain. We are asking you to give them sabr and patience. Make it easier for them. Ya Allah, we ask you, give them strength and power to live with the legacy of Shaheed Adeed Fayaz. Ya Allah, we are asking you to protect each and every soul in this planet, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, we are asking you, we are begging you, make our city, make our state and our country safest, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. All our NYPD police officers, all our law enforcement, a member of the law enforcement agencies, those who are working and striving hard and defending and protecting us, bless them and their families, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, this shahadat of Adeed Fayaz brought our community together. Today we see all our Pakistani American community is here. All our Muslim community are supporting. All our fellow Americans, everybody is here. Ya Allah, we see a sign of unity. We ask you that keep us always united and loving and taking care of each other, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. We are asking you, bless all of us and give us sabr and patience, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Rabbil Alameen, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Wherever any Muslim brothers, sisters who died, we're asking you grant them forgiveness, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Recently, in attack in Pakistan, the police line, the many police officers died there, became shaheed. Ya Allah, raise, elevate their darajat as well, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Rabbil Alameen, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. We are asking you, grant the intercession of Prophet Muhammad to our shaheed, to our brother Adeed Fayaz, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Even the day when he left his home, he offered his Salatul Maghrib, and he went after praying his prayer, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Rabbil Alameen, give him the shafa'ah of Quran, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Shafa'atul Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Shafa'atul Nabi, Shafa'atul Quran, and Shafa'atul Salah, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, make it easier for his little children, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Rabbil Alameen, give them sabr, Ya Allah. Make it easier for them. You the one who is in control. You the one who can give us strength and power to survive in any situation, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Rabbil Alameen, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. We are your humble servant. We are asking you, we are begging you, Ya Allah, all our leaders, those who are in control, give them the wisdom to bring more justice and harmony and peace in our community, in our city, in our state, in our country, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Bring peace to the world, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Bless each and everybody who is here, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Those who are standing outside, those who are giving respect to Adeed Fayaz, bless each and everybody, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. You the one who is in control. We are again asking you, all those who have any kind of wishes, any prayers in their hearts, we are begging you, answer our all prayers. Allahumma aghfir لجميع أمة محمد عليه الصلاة والسلام. ربنا اغفر لنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. اللهم اغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولأساتذتنا ولمشايخنا ولأحبابنا ولأصدقائنا ولأشاعرنا ولقبائلنا ولمن له علينا حق ولجميع أمة محمد عليه الصلاة والسلام. اللهم اغفر له وارحمه. اللهم اغفر له وارحمه. اللهم اجعل قبره روضة من رياض الجنة. اللهم اجعل قبره روضة من رياض الجنة. या रब्बल आलमीन या अरहमर राहिमीन अदीद फयाज की मग़फ़िरत फरमा दे। या अल्लाह इसको दर्जा शहादत अता फरमा दे। या अल्लाह फैमिली मेम्बर्स को सब्र जमील अता फरमा दे। या अल्लाह इनकी कब्र की मंजिलों को आसान फरमा दे। अदीद फयाज ने अपनी ज़िंदगी में अपने बच्चों के लिए जो ख्वाब देखे, जो दुआएं मांगी, या अल्लाह उनके हक़ में वो कबूल फरमा दे। या अल्लाह हमारे इस शहर को, हमारी स्टेट को, हमारे मुल्क को और पूरी दुनिया के अंदर या अल्लाह अमन कायम फरमा। या रब्बी बिल मुस्तफ़ा बल्लिग़ मक़ासिदना वग़फ़िर लना मा मदा या वासिल करमी। हस्बुनल्लाहु व निअमल वकील, निअमल मौला व निअमन नसीर। अल्लाहुम्मा रब्बना आतिना फ़िद दुनिया हसना व फ़िल आखिरति हसना व क़िना अज़ाबन नार। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला सय्यिदिना मौलाना मुहम्मदिन सलातन तुनज्जिना बिहा मिन जमील अहवाल वल आफ़ात व तक़दी लना बिहा जमील हाजात व तुताहिरुना बिहा मिन जमीइ सय्यात व तरफ़उना बिहा इंदका अला दरजात व तुबल्लिगुना बि अक़सल गायात मिन जमील खैरात फ़िल हयात व बादल ममात इन्नका अला कुल्लि शैइन क़दीर। व सल्लल्लाहु तआला अला खैरि ख़ल्क़िही मुहम्मदिन व अला आलिही व अस्हाबिही अजमईन बिरहमतिका या अरहमर राहिमीन। तकबीर, तकबीर।
Everyone, please file outside the masjid at this time. Executives, please stand by. Everyone else, please make your way outside and join the formation. Please, there's 2 exits in the back. Utilize them and join the formation.
Mr. Bahi.
Please, everybody near the masjid, all uniform members, go join the formation. Everybody, please. Join the formation outside.
Thank you so much, Councilman Ari Hagan. Very moving speech. Thank you very much. Thank you. Of course, better to come on weddings and celebrations, but I think it's important to bring everybody together. Thank you. Just in case, my card.
Yeah, definitely.
That's right. Okay. That's what it's going down.
All officers, please step out of the masjid and join the formation. All other brothers and sisters from masjid, please go outside. Officers, please join the formation.
formation. Thank you.